What is good, y'all? SUG Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Pittsburgh Pirates rebuild video, baby. And today we're going to go ahead and get into spring training, moving into the regular season of year 3 of the series, man. So if you guys would please, it really helps share the videos out with more people. Drop a like if you guys do enjoy. Subscribe if you're brand new to the family, and comment down below what you guys are thinking of the team of the series. And basically, what we're going to do today is get in a little bit of sneak preview of spring training, not show too much of it. While also going and getting into opening day to start off the season. And there was a lot of moves being made, so if you guys missed the offseason video, make sure you guys go check it out in the last one. We did a lot of great things to help make this team better. Here coming through the first week of spring, you see a big 12-3 victory here over Baltimore, where the offense was just going stupid. 19 hits total. I saw 4 hits there by Cruz. He had 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. My dude was going stupid and still hitting at the bottom of the lineup because that vision too bad. But we got Nestor Cortez Jr. now on the roster, having a great start here. 3 innings, 3 Ks, only 1 earned. Going after week 2, we're now up to 7-5, coming off a 3, or not coming off of, but including a 3-game winning streak there near the end of, what would it be before March? February? End of February going into March. And we kind of go through the first half of spring here before flipping over the rosters and everything. I like to do this to get everybody as many equal at bats as possible, so you can see the lineup change here. We had our normal, what I feel like will be our day 1 starters, and then guys fighting for roster spots here: Drew, Davis, John, Julian the rookie, Lawrence the rookie, Sung-Chi Chang, Rob the rookie, and then you go to pitching rotation: Bailey, Marco, Quinn, Jackson, Jordan. Guys fighting for that 5th, 4th rotation spot, the long reliever roles that I think could possibly come up here and get up here at the major league level. And then of course a couple of relievers that we're looking at, and kind of moved off guys that I know is going to make it: Mitch, Nestor, and then Bubba's definitely for sure going down because he did have a bad spring. So kind of moving those 3 out the way, it's a lot more arms to get loose. Now as we go ahead and come in, I did want to get in a little bit of spring training in for you guys. We have the young prospect Julian Cortez. Can he make the roster straight out of the draft? I don't know, but he's hitting 200 right now, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. I love the batting stance here. I don't know who's he's using, but he does have a lot of power here, coming in with 76 power, 73 contact, and already 62 vision. So already the offense is there. The defense is the only thing lacking as a first baseman. So could be a potential DH target or coming off the bench as an option for us. And you see there, this is the #1 overall MLB prospect, #1 first baseman, and the #1 in our organization. So it's definitely clear that we want to get him up as quickly as possible while letting him develop and grow. But if he has a good spring, we might have to bring him up. I know typically you want to maybe go slower, let him get a little bit of minor league experience, but if he has a great spring and balls out, I am not opposed to the idea of him coming up. So he's going to have to show us something though and get these stats up. Now we do have him starting here in the second half of spring. As you can see through the first 2 at bats, not too much luck here. But going up against Mike Abel, gets a 4-seamer in on the hands, fights it off foul, opposite way. Trying to pitch him inside a lot here. He's one of those batters that you can just feel like when you got the controller in your hands, he just feels like a power hitter. He just feels like every ball should be taken out into the outfield. That's how I feel when I'm batting with like Pete Alonso, Anthony Santander, Rafael Devers. And I hope we can get that kind of contribution, although he is very slow with only 20 speed. But so far, we haven't seen too much to really be excited about. He does get pinch hit for here. As you can see, Key actually hit an RBI double. Yes, he's also fighting for a roster spot as a rookie to come straight out the draft up to the major league level. But as we go check out the box score here, where is he? Robert Key. There he is, playing third base. He went 1 for 4 today with the RBI, so not terrible. But only 6 hits as a team in total. We end up getting the loss here, 7-3. Cruz getting his 3rd double. Lee Oliver Peguero hitting his 2nd home run of the spring. And Bailey Falter, 4 innings, 6 earned. Not looking like he about to make this rotation. But great work there from Jared Jones, Jose Hernandez, Lucas Sims, and all those guys. So we can go ahead and jump right back out to focus on now Robert Key. We talked about the #1 best prospect. Now let's look here at, I'm not sure where he would rank out as far as prospect list, even on the team, but I think he's actually like our 6th best prospect, I think, in the organization. But as far as the third baseman goes, he's MLB ready. He's as good as he's gonna get. As that's a throw out at second base. Cortez trying to steal off. I don't know what he's doing, but he's MLB ready. He's got the hitting attributes here: 78 3 power, 69 contact, 61 vision. Actually, his defense I think is good too, so could be coming off the bench, could fight for a DH role, who knows, depends on how well he hits. But he does get a base hit there in his first ever spring at bat that we get to see with him, and then he proceeds to move up the second base off of this hit. Gabriel Moreno also fighting for a spot. I mean, he's supposed to be even better than Henry Davis, and so far I've not seen him play like it. Now here, double there, ground rule double by Lawrence Gold. I don't even know how he ended up coming up here, but I figured why not leave him to see if he can do anything up here. He's a third baseman, I believe. And then Oliver Pereiro fly out to center field, still having a 1-0 lead. But now we get to see Rob play a little defense here. The glove could use some work. As you'll see right here, he lets that one hit off the hands there, and he'll just try to throw down the first base. Not even going to be close. So, of course, with rookies, they're either going to be defensive specialists or they're going to have the defense to work on. And in these two cases, they're going to have defense to work on. So they'll be doing nothing but defensive training because you can see the bats are getting going. Another good lead time four-seamer going out to the gap this time as Rob will go ahead and truck his way on into second base easy with a stand-up double. That's the first extra base hit we've seen this video, and Gabriel coming up right after him. He's already got a hit on the day. Another one would have been beautiful, but a sacrifice to just move him forward will take. And the Oliver Pereiro with 2 outs now after a strikeout on the last guy. He'll line this one on the left field again. This one will get down, though, for a base hit. That'll be an RBI, giving us the lead right back 3-2 here in the fourth. Obviously, you don't care too much about wins and losses in the spring, but, I mean, you'll take wins when you get them. As here in the top of the sixth, we just chopped this curveball on the ground from Domingo German. And we end up actually taking the L here, man. The Red Sox end up pulling away, getting the dub. But a pretty solid game. We get to see 2 hits out of Rob Key. Went 2 for 4 here today. Didn't end up getting pinch hit for. Was able to get all 4 of his ABs. And Paul Snead, you see they're getting the L this time around as a squad. Went to finish with 15 hits all the way throughout. So shout out to their 2-hit games all the way through. And then O'Neal Cruz hitting his 6th home run of the spring. Julian actually getting his 2nd, 4th RBI too as well. But Cruz is looking like he's already ready to dominate the regular season. If that average continues to go up, then we speaking about something. Marco Jones though, Marco Gonzalez having a bad outing. Jared Jones and Paul Snead all kind of giving up a bunch of earned runs there, which will kind of basically lead us to just about the end of spring here. We're kind of going through the second half now, getting a couple more dubs here, another 3-game winning streak there against New York, Detroit, and Tampa, before finishing it out with a 2-game winning streak, 2-game losing streak, and a win against the Yankees yet again. So to finish off the spring, 15-14 though, over 500 by a game. I'll take that. Jackson Wolf getting the dub there in that last one. And we'll go ahead and take a look at these stats here. Leading off here with going and seeing who's leading off. Everybody got the same amount of games here at bats. Pretty even. I mean, obviously has some that was more than others, but Julian Cortez actually led in runs with 15. Did pretty good in his first ever time up here in spring ball, man. I mean, 345 average, 5 homers, 13 RBIs is what he ended up finishing with. Remember, he started out pretty cold there at the beginning, a 406 on base, 655 slugging. These numbers here mean something. He's ready to come up here. He does not need AA, AAA experience. My boy is ready to come straight up to the show. 20 hits and his 58 at bats, 13 RBIs, and he was hitting at the 5 spot most of the time, 5-6 spot. So I mean, even compared to some of the likes of like Pete Alonso, who actually is playing first right now, we only have contract for 2 more years, and the last one is a player option. So we might literally have our replacement here for Julian Cortez. Now, I was trying to decide if I wanted him to start or play off the bench, but then I remembered he's not good at fielding and we need a DH. So he'll probably be the DH that we go with over Davis Schneider, who ended up finishing out with around 202 average, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs, not too bad. Cruz led the way though for the team with 6 home runs, 17 ribbies. Snyder's with 15 ribbies, 4 home runs. Pete also had 4 for 11. Only 3 home runs for Anthony Santander, so hopefully he picks that up as the season goes. Brian Hayes, he also hit over 400, but this is also the averages where we kind of see who's not making the roster. So Nick Gonzalez, Drew Jones, Lawrence Gold, all guys hitting under 200. David Schneider, even with 202, is kind of like barely on peak. You know, he's 27 years old. We got to see if he can get the same production that he did in the regular season. Gabriel Moreno, who wasn't a catcher, batted 244, no home runs, no RBIs, and at 26-year-old, I mean, he's 85 overall for sure, but that's definitely all defensive. I mean, he has not done anything on the offensive side of the ball yet to make me feel like he can come up here, and Henry Davis plays good defense. So this might honestly be something like a trade target here, which is, I mean, what they basically did to us. They gave us him, and, you know, we were hoping that at least get a good backup starter out there, but this might end up being a case where, you know, Jason DeLay kind of outplays him here. Maybe he has to go down to the minors to get some more playing time. So we're going to actually move him down to AAA, even though he's the highest rated overall catcher we have. he's going to go down to AAA for a little bit so he can figure out how to get his bat right. And we'll keep thinking on that trade possibility to get some more people on the team. Now, also here, we're going to move down Nick Gonzalez down to AAA too as well. And then at shortstop, we're moving Lawrence Gold down to AAA. Then we're going to go ahead and move into the outfield. John McCone didn't really do too much. I mean, he had pretty average stats there. Not too bad out there, but we're going to go ahead and move him down as well. Get over to our pitchers where we're going to move Bubba. Colin is also going to go down to AAA. We're going to go to Quinn Priester over at our starting pitchers. He's going down. Bailey Falter will be going down to AAA too as well. So I feel like we got a pretty strong idea of what the rotation and long reliever situation is going to be like. So even Marco Gonzalez, despite having a good year last year, will be going down. Jose Hernandez will be going down because he struggled here this in the spring training period. And then Drew Jones as well will be going down. So that'll fix up the 26-man roster for the major league level and set us up for a season here where we start off in Oakland playing the Oakland Athletics before coming home for the Giants. We'll go ahead and get a finished look here at the product of what we were able to go ahead and produce here. Of course, Davis and DeLay. Cortez is going to be up. Rob Key is going to be up. So we have a bunch of really good people out here, and there's a lot of our infielders that can play infield and outfield too as well. So didn't see too many outfielders just on the list. But Julian Cortez actually is the #1 ranked prospect in the league. So is John Hobbs, #2 for the White Sox though. Maybe we were almost about to draft him as well. Looks like he made a major league roster here. Rico Bourbon, 70 overall pitcher that we ended up trading for, is now 10th. So we have a lot of guys here in the top 15. It looks like 4, 5 total in the top 20. And then we kind of go silent here throughout the rest. You see a couple of other teams getting their prospects in before our next one goes from 17 all the way back to like on the 50s, which is the difference between Satchel and Lexi. So we'll see how some of these guys pan out. This is the opening day lineup. We're going to go Pete Crow still because of the speed. I'm trying to trust it. Brian Reynolds has had a great average so far in the series. We got our power with Anthony, Pete, O'Neill, and now hopefully Julian. Brian Hayes to go and get the lineup back started up again because he actually is really good at getting on base too as well. So I like that. The bottom of the order, Tamar Johnson with a great season last year, and then Henry Davis closing it out. Honestly, off of last year's numbers, the only one I'm worried about that's not a rookie is Pete. This lineup does look pretty deadly and strong, like we should be scoring some runs. And then rotation-wise, we got Nestor and Mitch, who I think should be a very good 1-2 combo. Mitch had a very good season last year, 3.42. I'm going to let him be the #2 starter here, though. Get somebody different at the top. Nestor Cortez Jr., we paid money to go get him to see if he can be the ace. Paul finished the season last year strong and had a great spring. Johan, great job at AAA, so we want to add him in. Jared Jones, decent spring. We're hoping to get a little bit more of him, but he's at the 5 spot, so not expecting too much. Long relievers, going to be what it is. We're really kind of focused more so on the middle, setup, and closer. That's where our strength is. And hope that our long relievers can hold out and Jordan Hicks ain't giving up too many runs. Same with Jackson Wolf. Now, here with Gabriel Moreno, like I said, he's basically just a defender. I mean, his hitting is okay. He's got good contact left. The vision is okay, but he hasn't shown anything here. Didn't show anything in Arizona. Had a splash in Toronto. Kind of came down a little bit with more games in AZ. And then really kind of hit like plateau numbers here. Consistently around 200 on the average. 200 on base too as well. So he's not even like getting on base at all. He's purely a defensive catcher. So I want to go ahead and go get somebody else that plays decent defense, also a little bit of offense, and is a good future catcher. Ethan Salas here, a potential 77 overall. They're going to get somebody that can start now. So this gives the Padres an actual starter. If they can go ahead and turn his career around, maybe they can coach it better up. And we're giving up a potential third baseman because we have Rob Key, and I'm going to sell out and actually go for third base here in the draft if we pick somebody else up that actually could be better than a 49 overall. So I'll get a prospect and a starter ready right now. We're going to go get Ethan Salas, let him play at AAA and see if he can work his way up to the major league roster onto the bench and really become a good catcher for our future because Henry Davis is 26. Not sure if you guys know, but that's kind of near peak prime ages. So, we want to keep this window open as long as possible. We got to make sure that the prospects coming behind them are young and good as well. But to say all that, you see the helicopters overhead. You see the graphic in the bottom right. You see the fireworks, the American flags. It is time for opening day here in the same old Oakland Coliseum, man. We are still here at their old stadium. Obviously, no new stadium here in Oakland. But this is how the season is going to get started against the team. And I feel like we should be beating. I feel like this year we should definitely see elevation. We should see ourselves competing for a wild card spot over 500 for sure. And we should see continued improvement. But it's all going to start with this game one. Can we start out with good momentum? We're going to have to get it done against Paul Blackburn, who last year had a terrible win-loss. ERA was high. WHIP is at a decent spot, under 1.5. But we're going to look to go ahead and start the season off just as bad as it ended and hand my boy in hell. Leading off for us will be Pete Crow Armstrong, batting 250 over last season. If we can get that average up a little bit, maybe 270, 280. I feel like he's got way too much speed to not be at the top of the lineup, but if he's not going to hit good, we got some other things we need to worry about. I mean, his contact is in the 50s. Vision is in the 50s as well. So maybe he might need some time in the minor league to continue growing, but then I don't know who's going to come play center field. So at that point, we're completely swamped. Cheers. This next pitch is going to come in on the 1-2. Fly ball out to right field, going deep, and it will be gloved in, though, at the warning track. As they're able to go and get the first out of the inning that time around, and then Brian Reynolds will come up next. As you can see, down below, they're getting out the playoff predictions on the American League side. We got to see if they can get us in the National League side. See if they got us projected to make the postseason. That's a deep ball going back in the gap, and it will be gloved in. Great work out there in the outfield. And hey, look at there we are. The 5th seed right now, 88-74 is what we're projected to go. I'll take that. I really will take that. So they got us actually making the postseason this year as a 5th seed. I think we can honestly probably take the division. It depends on how the rest of the league goes. You know, the Reds did pick up a lot of good starters, so we're going to have to contend with them. But outside of them, I don't think there's even too much to really worry about. Cardinals and Brewers are still rebuilding kind of like us, so we'll see who's rebuilt better and faster. Brewers haven't been able to sign a lot of their draft picks, so that's going to hurt them as Anthony Santander goes and swings at strike 3. And that brings up Mr. Cortez Jr. for us. Not a very good win-loss, but ERA was good, whip was good, so we'll hope to turn around that win-loss for him because we're going to give him some run support, unlike what he was used to before. This gives us a lefty in the rotation too as well, so we're not just purely right-handed based. 2 kind of switch up somebody's point of view. We got some lefties in the bullpen as well. I think we have 2 total. So get this one chopped on the ground. They're going to say that's fair as Alonso will step on the bag. Easy out, number 1. And Jared Trilio, if you guys remember, we did have him. We traded him in the offseason. So if you guys missed that, make sure you guys check out the offseason video. We did trade him for some starting pitching prospects down in the minors to get better at that position. Even though we are going to probably try to focus on drafting that position too as well, because we want to make sure that stays with some good depth and good options just in case our 2 that we're banking on don't make it. That's going to be a line drive out. Cruz with the dive, way to knock it down. Can he get it over there in time? The throw will not be in time. Luis Refringo, just enough speed to get down that line. They will credit a base hit, but that is a great dive there. We got a little bit of an angle here. We can actually see the speed at which with the show drone, and yeah, he was in there. That was the right call. So I love the different camera angles they got in here. That show drone is amazing sometimes, especially with the angles that it gets on that are like home run balls, diving catches. One thing that it doesn't help out with is getting this last out, but what will help is Cruz, as he will go that line. This one up throw goes over the head of the first baseman. This is going to go all the way to the backstop, and there is a lot of foul territory out there. As this throw will go and almost meet past the catcher. As now, thanks to that error, these 6, the runners move to second and third, and Paul Goldsmith will come up with 2 on and a chance to get them up with a 2-0 lead with a single up the middle in the gaps. Doesn't even matter as long as it's a slow roller. This one's going to get popped into the outfield, way back and out of foul play. This one pops sky high. Crow's going to have to range in for it, but he has definitely enough speed to go and get there without making it a little exciting. As Cortez is able to get out there despite the error from O'Neal Cruz. We'll have to see him keep willing and doing the new arm here in the Pirates unis. And so far today, he is looking good. Getting a lot of ground ball outs here, keeping the ball low, getting pop-ups, so weak contact. You go to get this one here, popping the ground. Whoa, did I see that right? We have almost 100 million more in our prospect. Yo, I don't know if y'all count that at the bottom. We have almost 100 million more in our prospect farm system. I guess that is like the total salary of what those guys could be making, how good they are. 100 million more than second place is crazy. As this one gets chopped on the ground, another ground ball out there like Nestor Cortez Jr. And we'll go back to our bats. So we are here in the top of the third. Still have yet to get our first hit of the season. This is when we'll go down the third base line. Trilio getting his replacement there in Hayes. Not enough speed. Former rookie of the year. Chops this one on the ground. His first AB of the year. Is that? We'll go ahead and get out number 2. Maybe up to Henry Davis here. Chopping this one back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit that'll get through cleanly. And finally, the first hit of the young season will go to Henry Davis. And let's see if it starts a little rally. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong up next. Chops this one on the ground, and that'll get past the first baseman diving and outstretching for it. We're going to go ahead and get runners at first and second here with that throw going in the third. Giving it up to Brian Reynolds. Getting a slider upstairs. He's going to take this one out to center field. Going to the deepest part of the park. It will be gone. Not quite upper deck seats, but it hits the upper deck brick. As load the cannonballs up, we are already starting off early this season. 3-run home run for Brian Reynolds, his first of the young season. First 3 ribbies, first hit, first home run. And let's see if Santander can go ahead and keep up that heat. Ooh, that was a pretty good sinker if he could have got a hold of it. Just barely tipping that one foul. Good timing on it, just off the edge of the bat. It's okay. 0-1. Chop this one on the ground. The shift plays into their favor, and they're able to go ahead and get that one easy. I think even if that shift wasn't on, he probably just catches it instead of having to play it off the bounce. But gives us an early 3-0 lead, and now Nestor Cortez Jr. can actually chill out a little bit, but don't get too relaxed as he gives up this ball down the line. Reynolds going to have to come up firing as the runner's going to second base. Not in time. Estrella Ruiz does have a runner in scoring position now. Can he come in clutch for the A's? Oh, Cortez showed me exactly why I paid all that money to go get a swings and misses at that sinker low and away, or circle change low and away, I should say. As we got our first out here in the inning, and then a pop fly out to Crow Armstrong. He's going to go ahead and get this one and show off the strong arm. That'll hold the runner in place. 2 out. Frango had that base hit last time. Infield hit. What will he do with the 0-1 here? Watching the forcing go over the plate. Not able to do anything with it. 0-2. Trying to get him to chase that circle change low. I like it. Come right back to it. Why not? That's going to be a liner out to Santander. Who would have going to make the play? And that's 3 innings of strong work for Cortez as we jump ahead here, top of the 5th. Still a 3-0 ball game, starting out where we did. Last time we scored some runs, though, to Brian Hayes. This time he's going to actually get solid contact with the ball, and that's going to hit up against the wall. But well too hard, as that'll have to just settle with a base hit. Something rare you don't see, a base hit off the wall in the outfield. So just how much exit velo was on that powerful swing. Showing good patience here to Mark Johnson. Trying to watch that one off the plate. With the 1-1 count, chopping this one on the ground. First baseman can't handle it, so he's going to have to handle the play at first. And that'll be the only thing to get there. So no double play ball like it could have been. Thankfully, just he was not able to hold on. Now we get to keep this rally going just a little bit longer as Davis gets caught looking at the cutter low and away. And it'll be Pete Crow Armstrong up next. Trying to work his way on base. But Brian Reynolds to come up and have a similar situation. And that's exactly what's happening. 2 outs here, runs at first and second. Paul Blackburn is facing the same situation. Throws a 4-seamer upstairs. This one's going to go back in the right field. It'll be over the head of the outfielder, just leaping for it. Both runners will go to come on around. Brian Reynolds is on his course to third base. He slides ahead of the tag. 2 RBI triple. All 5 runs are because of Brian Reynolds. First game of the year. Give him 5 RBIs. He's coming for the RBI king. And I'll tell you what Oakland's coming for, their starting pitcher. Is they're going to go ahead and call it, bring in a reliever as Paul Blackburn did not. I don't even want to say he did not have his best stuff. I mean, he had his best stuff. If you get the final out there, the start is probably looking a little different. He's probably still pitching, but Brian Reynolds just had his number today and sent my man's packing. Now bringing in Ricky Vanesco. We have a 4-seamer, 12-6, a changeup. This should be easy money here. Santander will be the first person he faces. Gets a changeup on the ground. Not able to make any power contact with that one, though, so it'll just be chopped foul. So we're running back here. 1-2 to Anthony. That's a 4-seamer in the belt high. It's going to go back to right field, way back at the warning track. It'll be gloved in. Almost got up out of here. Just did not quite have enough power. We're still with Nestor Cortez Jr. on shutout alert. Watch here as we're going into the bottom of the 6th here. 54 pitches through 2 as well, so not too deep into the outing. at all. And that's going to be a pop fly into the outfield. Reynolds will go back. That'll be out number 1. So far, I gotta say I'm impressed with Nestor Cortez. Throughout all these outs that he's been getting, even the hits haven't been too solid of hits, but he's finding bats and still able to get outs. Now, you can only do that so much before there's a bad start in there, so hopefully we don't see those too often, but I have noticed that he's not really a strikeout pitcher. You're not going to get like too many strikeouts with him. His stuff is designed to hit and hit weakly or hit onto the ground.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
This is exactly what we've seen a lot of pop-ups, shallow flies. But here's one that goes deep for the first time today. Pete Crow going back at the wall, and they'll go to glove that one in. Somehow able to go ahead and stop that one from being hit off the wall. That's what you go get a speedy center fielder for, to handle plays just like that. As Paul Goldschmidt will be up next. He bloops this one out and just over the head of the outstretched Cruz's glove. That'll be a base hit that'll put runners at first and second for the first time here today for the Athletics. Tyler Soderstrom has a great opportunity here to possibly put some runs on the board, but he's down 0-2 here as he lines this one out into the outfield. That's going to get down. That should at least score 1. Can Reynolds get to it in time to stop the second one? He's going to come in firing. He's going to go to the cutoff man. He ignored the stop sign. And just like that, he is out by 16 miles. Boy, that man was out for so long. The catcher probably almost caught a cramp sting in that position when he tagged that man. Now, of course, that doesn't mean anything because they were able to at least still score 1 run here. So we got to try to get that back with interest if possible. You can't be doing that if Hayes is just going to pop fly out. But it gives the other guys some chances to get hits here. So we get that same little look here. Tamar Johnson lines this one into the outfield. That'll get down in the corner. Not a hard rocket, so we should be able to get 2 on this one as the throw will come in all the way to second base. Gotta leave up Henry Davis now with a runner at second base. Ricky trying to work his way through. This is at 19 pitches too, so he's done a fairly good job being efficient here. We got a long at bat ahead of us here. 3-2 count now to Henry Davis. He'll just watch that 12-6 in on the hands, and that'll be a good walk. Leading right to Pete Crow Armstrong. What is he going to do with it as he swings to the changeup down low? This one upstairs this time instead with 12-6. We'll go ahead and meet the seats. Into an 0-2. Swinging over the top of the changeup. So Pete Crow will go down. Brian Reynolds, can you do it again? They left you a 12-6 up in the zone. They don't learn. This is deep center field, and it will be caught in before the warning track. A 3-for-3 day would have been crazy with 2 home runs and all the RBIs. Would have been a sick way to start out a season, but they really are throwing him up in the zone for whatever reason. The slider, four-seamer, now a 12-6. All have been upper thirds, and all have almost been dangerous. As for Mr. Cortez, though, he's doing a great job locating those corners, keeping the ball down. As this is going to be a ground ball, just barely past the diving O'Neal. If you put a little bit more effort into that, you probably could have grabbed it. Put a little bit more speed, pep into your step. Luis Refringo coming up again, 2-for-3 on the day already. It's been bullying Mr. Cortez. The only problem is he's bullying by himself. Pop this one. This is going deep out the center field. Pete is on his horse going back at the wall, and he'll catch this one in on the warning track before even making a collision with the wall. As he gets that in quickly to make sure the line does not move up to second base, as we've seen on the CPU simulation. They will apparently try that. So I got to keep my eyes open here. And this is just the difference in speed as this ball's in the gap, but Reynolds can't get this one being even closer out to left field. As they're going to try to go home, ignoring the third base coach again as the tag will not be in time. And I think if O'Neal takes that cutoff instead of Tamar Johnson, I think we probably get a stronger throw in to get it there in time because we just had a little bit more time to go to get the tag in. As here, that will go into foul territory. I was trying to figure out why they wouldn't let me go after it. It ended up going into the dugout, so I guess I wouldn't have been able to reach it. But Paul Goldschmidt here with a 5-2 lead. Chops this one on the ground. It'll get past the tagging Johnson. Santander's going to throw it to the plate. This one's going to be on a rope as it's out of the plate. An absolute laser from right field. And just like that, we go top 9 here. Still up 5-2. But Brian Hayes trying to look to maybe get a little ninth inning magic going, but not before we get that fly out to right. Johnson, can you do something? As he checks the swing on the outside. Amir Garrett trying to look to wheel and deal and hold his team in place here to be able to come back and get this dub. As that's a swing and miss for Johnson. Sitting it back down for Henry Davis. Not Harry. No, Diddy. I said, oh, yeah, no, I ain't even going to repeat what I said. Yeah, no, y'all ain't about to clip me. This is going to be a clip as we ground this one over to first base. As Davis almost beats it out at first. And that'll bring up Jose Leclerc for his first save opportunity this season. Last year, 36 of 40. So 4 blown saves, a 1-4 record. I guess you can imagine where they came from. Popped up on the first pitch, too. That has got to be sad as P. Alonso go ahead and go warm underneath it and catch it. As your teammates didn't even get to see what pitches we had today, how they were working, because you just gave up on that first one. So here, Logan Davidson will be the next batter here for the Oakland Athletics. Down to their final 2 outs here today. What will they do? As that's chopped on the ground, going right to Hayes. He's going to pick this one up and fire over the first base for the easy play. And here, down to their final, it'll be Gabriel Martinez lining that one out in the foul territory. Coming up on the 0-1 here. Chops this one on the ground. This one's going to stay fair. Hayes is going to have to make a play on it on the run. And that'll be a dub for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Winning game 1 this season. Nestor Cortez Jr. able to come onto the squad and get that dub. Hold the other team to only 2 runs. Offense did just enough here today, as it was honestly the Brian Reynolds show. All 5 RBIs going to him. So shout out to the dubs, wins and saves for us. Only 7 hits as a squad here today. 2 errors to think of, but Reynolds 2 for 4, a home run and a triple with 5 RBIs. Cortez 8 innings, 8 hits, 2 Ks, 2 earned runs. And then we also had a double by Jamal Johnson, including 7 hits as a squad. Reynolds is the only one that had a 2-hit day. So gotta pick up the offense just a little bit more, but it was enough to get the dub. 8 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned, 2 or no walks, 2 strikeouts. So as I said, definitely a ground ball, pop-up type of pitcher. Not going to get you a lot of strikeouts if we went 18 or 8 innings and only got 2. But we'll go ahead and get our way through the rest of this Oakland series, man. Normally, you guys know I would leave you guys here and we'd go through big months. But we're actually going to start slowing down because I think we're actually going to start getting competitive here soon. So we're going to slow down this first part of the month and see how at least March and April go. Maybe get 2 or 3 videos up here through April. As you see there, we win game 2. 3 by score 3-1. 9 hits as a squad. Shout out to 2 hits from Hayes, it looks like, playing over at third today, 2 for 4. Cortez another 0 for 4 days, so that kind of hurts. But Armstrong, Reynolds, and Lonzo all were the only runs there with solo shots. And then Mitch Keller 7 2/3. He had 1 earned, 7 Ks. That's a good first start of the season. Going into game 3, it looks like we have a chance here to maybe do something. Home team is up by 1. We are down 1-0. No outs though. Runs are at first and second. And we're going to go ahead and come up here and turn off player lock just in case. Just want to make sure I'm playing the full game and get the full game experience here for this. As we have Pete Crow Armstrong at the dish and a chance to really do something here against Amir Garrett. I mean, their whole bullpen kind of held us down yesterday, so I can't even really say like he shut the door because the entire bullpen really did that. We didn't score again after the starter got taken out here, as we were going to think about trying to move up here to third base, but we were deciding against it here last second. And that'll leave us a chance here to go ahead and bring up the RBI king, Brian Reynolds. Can he help us out here with a 3-run shot? That would be beautiful. As it is, runners at first and second. 1 out here. That's up in the zone. That's going to be a liner into the outfield. That'll be over the head of the right fielder and bump up against the wall. So they're going to have to get this one in quickly. The runner's going to come around the plate. Pitcher will have to back up there, and no throw will be made as this ball game is tied. I told you he's Mr. RBI, man. His second double of the season. It's an RBI double. And now we just need to get the win, and any kind of sac fly will do here, Santander. If you can get it for me. Upstairs on the slider. He's taking it out to left field. This should be more than deep enough. It's at the wall as he had to reach up and take that one back in. So, of course, we're going to go ahead and score on that thing. giving out 2-1 leads like it's nothing. We come in the game and immediately take that lead over here in the 7th, and now they're going to intentionally walk Pete Alonso. So I have to go down to first base and be lonely over there, as they're going to go and rather see O'Neal Cruz, who is hitting bad with runners in scoring position. So I can definitely see why you'd want to maybe face him, but also one of our hottest hitters coming out of spring, so do not doubt that he will go ahead and get this back on track. 2-2. Upstairs pitch, and he's angry. I would be too. I mean, it really was a strike, but I mean, shoot, you got to try to fight for yourself and be an advocate, right? As that ball was upstairs, they did not let that slide at all. And we actually have Paul Snead still in the ball game here in the 7th, as he's got a 2-1 lead now to work with, about 80, 90 pitches or so. Actually, in fact, pitch number 90 coming up here right now against Paul Goldschmidt is at strikeout number 3. He is now up to 12 on the day. Paul's not even losing. Is he that strikeout dude? I could have sworn it was Jared, but maybe it was Paul instead, because he's getting them things today. Is that strikeout number 13? And we'll take things to the top of the 8th here as Brian Hayes looking to put in some more work here. If possible, 1 out already in the inning. That's going to be a liner that goes out into the gap. It's going to get down for a base hit. Tremaine Johnson will be up next, teammate over at first base. There you go. Trying to watch a little bit, be a little more patient, find a pitch that you actually want. 0-2 count right now here for Tamar Johnson. And oh my goodness, load them cannonballs. I know we ain't at home, but we pillaging a village right now. It is a 2-run shot for the former Rookie of the Year. Tamar Johnson's first home run of the season, 105 on the exit velo. Very hard, very crushed ball there. I think it went to the second row of stands, as he's able to go ahead and build up our league with some interest. So I'm able to be comfy with bringing Paul Snead back out here. If he can go into these last 3 outs for me, that'd be great. Let's go ahead and let my closer take over from there. As we get the first one nice and easy over to first base, come back, get another one over to the right side. This time second base will take care of it. And what will happen next is third base going to take this next care of this next one. 1, 2, 3. Chopped on the ground. Johnson again getting greedy, and so go ahead and take that play for himself. He could have threw it over the third and came back. As we go ahead and jump into the 9th inning here, it'll be Jose Leclerc. Already 2 saves on the young season, so we need to go ahead and get a third one here if possible. But it won't be easy. It's got to face 3, 4, and 5. The power of the lineup. Full count here. 3-2. Swings over the top of the slider. Renfringo's going to have to go sit down. Brent Rooker. 0-1 pitch. He flies this one out to center field. This will get down for a base hit. We're going to have to throw this one in. A ground ball here would be beautiful if we could get it. I don't think he really has too much ground ball stuff. Here goes a sinker or circle change. Not really a ground ball pitch, so we're going to have to really get lucky on something here if we can. 1-2. Strike 3 going down. Jose Leclerc getting one by strikeouts. He's down to his last person here, Jordan Diaz. This one's going to be in the dirt. Davis is going to have a chance to make a play over at second base, and he will not be in time. Which will leave us with a full count here to the, not even tying run. I was about to say to the tying run, but the tying run is going to have to go home and pack up his equipment, because we're out of here, Oakland, with another W. That is a series sweep to start off the year. Your Pittsburgh Pirates are looking like dominance. The offense is clicking. The pitching staff so far is clicking. The bullpen so far is clicking. It's 162 for a reason, though. We got to keep up this level of progress for most of the season at least, as 8 innings is great by Paul. 10 hits as a squad. So shout out to Brian, Pete, and Key Brian, as well as Henry Davis with the 2 pieces. Tamar Johnson with 2 RBIs. Got to shout that out as well, as those are his first 2 and first home run of the season. Running with 7th RBI. No errors today, which is good. And Paul, 8 innings, 1 earned, 13 strikeouts. That boy was an animal getting them Ks. But that'll basically be where we end things off here today, man. Next time out, we will go ahead and get through March and get into April. Get through this Giant series and find what games we're going to play in the next one. Like I said, we're going to kind of slow our way down to the beginning, unless the season starts to unfold and it's not looking likely that we're going to go through. So don't expect us to get to the draft here in like 3 episodes. We will be slowing down the pace officially today. So hope you guys did enjoy the video, man. It's me, boy SGG, aka SmooveGotGame, the GM and the king of smooth and the king of games. And I'll catch you guys in the next Pirates Review video. Leave a comment down below if you guys expect us to go 3-0 to start this out. And let me know predictions for the overall season record. Where you guys think we're finishing at the end of the year. Catch you guys in the next one. I'm going for the day. Later.